Hey guys, welcome to part 3 of episode 160, 168, is it? Of the Tiggy Maximus podcast. This might be episode 169 actually, but you'll see the title on the YouTube channel. So, if I haven't said it already, thank you guys for supporting the podcast and listening and following, subscribing, and even donating towards the podcast. Of course, there's always a link you can click on my Spotify episode, and also there's a link also you can click on um, the YouTube episode. Might be more of um, a link that I think you have to copy and paste, possibly. Anywho, um, thank you guys. Anything you guys donate or listening or follow, subscribing, I always appreciate it. So, on this part, I'm gonna talk about WrestleMania 40. It was an amazing event to watch with people because I actually got to host a WrestleMania party for the first time. Actually, it was kind of nice. It was kind of nice having people over. Um, uh, I did bring, I believe, I think I brought pizza for one night, and then I got um, what else did I bring? Might have been wings, actually. Yeah, I think I brought wings for one. It was the Chicken Charlie's. Um, and I brought pizza for the other one, I guess. Pizza for Bijarnos. um, so the wings were pretty good, actually. Now that I think about it, I recommend them. They do a tray, um, and you get to choose fry BQ. That was pretty good. It was a big hit. Um, that was probably a 9 out of 10 for that kind of chicken. Chicken wings, and then the pizza, not too bad. I would say 8 out of 10. I did the works from Bjorn, one Giornos. But WrestleMania 40. So nights 1 and 2, they had to split it into two parts. Night 1, I believe we got Rey Mysterio and Andrade facing off with Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. That was a good match. It was a lot of back and forth. Andrade has his run-in double knee strike into the turnbuckle when the opponent is sitting in the turnbuckle. Very devastating move to watch. Um, honestly, I think he's gonna be like a champion pretty soon. Because for one, he has the look, he has that persona, and he has some amazing moves in his skill set. So I'm actually pretty glad that him and Rey Mysterio were able to be on the same page because they've been enemies before, and Selena Vega has been like a common link. Before, she used to be enemies with Rey Mysterio, but then decides to join up with Rey Mysterio to form the LWO. And it was nice to see Rey Mysterio and Andrade defeat Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar for the victory. The match itself, I want to say, was um, I would say it's about an 8.25 for the match out of 10. Um, then We have a match between Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso. They both have like the same skill set, pretty much. They both have the splashes. They both have the super kick. They both have the fall away, Samoan drop, slam. Uh, but Jey Uso got the upper hand, and he defeated his brother Jimmy Uso. Granted, both have really, very, very interesting and catchy walkout intros in their music, because everybody can get behind it. It's very something that will stay in your mind. So that was actually pretty cool. Um, but the match itself, I kind of wanted to see more out of it, but it was as good as it could be. Um, so with Jey Uso defeated Jimmy Uso, um, I want to say the match itself, I would say it was a 7.75 out of 10 for that match. Um, then I believe there was a 6-woman tag team match. Naomi, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. They were teaming up to fight against the Damage Control of the women's tag team champions, Asuka and Kairi Sane and Dakota Kai. Damage Control. Um, Match was pretty good. Everybody got involved. I did get to see a little bit of Jade Cargill do some of her signature moves. She did get the pinfall. Um, she has some interesting moves. Like actually got her a championship over in AEW, and then now that she's trying to work more on her stuff in WWE, and she's already on the main roster anyway. So Bianca Belair, what I remember was that she actually hair whipped Asuka, and that sounded so loud. That will leave marks. Um, that's the second time I've seen it too. She whipped with her hair on Becky Lynch. I remember it left like marks on her. Uh, Naomi was pretty flashy with her outfits though, and she has some good moves. But I'm glad that Jade, Bianca, and Naomi they got the victory. The match, I would say the match was like 8 out of 10. It was pretty cool, and to see the 3 women actually do pretty well, and going forward, you know, they could do some damage, try to get those tag team titles off of Asuka and Kairi Sane. I can see it coming. Um, let's see, it's 3. Um, oh, there was the Intercontinental Championship match. Gunther, the champion of 666 days, defending the title against Sami Zayn. Um, I have to admit, that was a good match. A lot of back and forth. They both had their key moments. Gunther did have a signature power bomb, but Sami Zayn did kick out, and then Sami Zayn did attempt a brainbuster on Gunther using the top turnbuckle, and that made Gunther kind of wobbly. I first thought that might have been a botch, but I think that might have been the intended um, move, and I think that's how it was supposed to look like. So they made Gunther wobbly, and um, Sami Zayn did I think 2 haluva kicks to finally take down Gunther and ended his Intercontinental Championship reign of 666 days. So kudos to Sami Zayn starting his era as Intercontinental Champion once again. Um, so Sami got his WrestleMania moment again. Um, the match itself, I want to say, 8.5 out of 10. Um, then we have um, the World Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley defending her championship against Becky Lynch. The fact that it started off night one of WrestleMania was pretty awesome. And it was a great matchup back and forth. Both got their signature moves in. But Rhea Ripley, not only did she get able to kick out of the manhandle slam, uh, but she also got out of the I guess it was the armbar. But Rhea Ripley was able to do her riptide on Becky Lynch, and that was it. And defended her championship. She's now been champion for more than a year now. Kudos to Rhea Ripley. The match itself was amazing. I liked it a lot. Um, that was, I want to say, a 9 out of 10, actually. I like the back and forth. I like a lot of the false finishers. Um, Riptide is always a great move. Becky Lynch gave her everything she got. Um, but honestly, Rhea Ripley is their time. Um, uh, there was a 6-team undisputed tag team championship match involving a ladder. Um, they did hoist the SmackDown Tag Team Championship separate from the Raw Tag Team Championships. Um, so the only way the match will end is if both sets of the Tag Team Championships are grabbed by one or two teams. You do have the New Catch Republic with Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. You do have the New Day, Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston. You have DIY with Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. You have R-Truth and The Miz. Um, you have your undisputed tag team champions, Judgment Day, Damian Priest, and Finn Balor. And uh, I want to say Angel Garza and Humberto were actually the last team that was in. So I think those were 6 teams. A lot of great moments. JD tried to interfere, tried to prevent The Miz and Archer from grabbing one of the tag team titles, but he got pushed off the ladder. They tilted his ladder, and JD went flying over the top rope and landed on 2 tables that were set outside. That was an amazing moment. Um, Tommaso Ciampa did his, I guess what he calls it. It's called a white noise, um, where you put the guy's head underneath your armpit. He's kind of like down to your hip, and he grabs your legs with his other arm, and then he jumps off the ladder or top rope. And then it's amazing when it's at greater heights. Tommaso Ciampa did it to Adam Cole from on top of the cage at War Games. But the fact that Tommaso Ciampa did this off of a ladder, it looked amazing. Um, uh, oh, can't forget Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. So they were able to grab the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, but after that happened, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate was able to pick up um, Grayson Waller while he was holding the championships in his on his shoulder, and he got power bombed through a ladder that was set up flat outside. That was on the ring apron, and also on I think like the barricade or the announcer's table, and he got power bombed through that ladder that was laid flat. So that was amazing to see and very painful. At least Grayson Waller and Austin Theory got the SmackDown Tag Team Championships for that. Now the other one, R Truth and The Miz did wound up grabbing the Raw Tag Team Championship. So very well deserved. I mean, you get to see R Truth quite a bit every week. Super funny, and I think it was time to crown him Tag Team Champion. I'm glad. That match, the way everything had transpired, definitely 9 out of 10. I liked it a lot. A lot of great action. Um, can't wait to see where they're gonna go with this. Actually, um, and then I believe we have your main event of night one. You got your World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins teaming up with the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, the winner of your 2024 Royal Rumble match, the men's Royal Rumble match, who earned a title, the right to challenge for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, currently held by Roman Reigns, who was teaming up with his cousin, The Rock, the final boss. That match had a lot of things going on. They fought out in the crowd, they fought out in the stage area, they fought up the ramp, they fought just outside the ring, they fought inside the ring. It was everywhere. Um, there was a moment where I think it was Cody Rhodes was able to do the rock bottom on the Rock, but at the same time, Roman Reigns speared Seth Rollins through the barricade. Um, everybody pretty much got their signature moves in. You got the spear, Superman punch. You get to see the people's elbow, the rock bottom, the curb stomp, the pedigrees, crossroads. Um, um, but in the end, um, Roman Reigns speared Cody Rhodes once again, and then The Rock wanted to tag in. He did. He got the rock bottom on Cody Rhodes, and he did the people's elbow, and that ended the match with the 1, 2, 3 pinfall. So with that, um, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes is now going to have the bloodline free to interfere if they choose to do so. Um, that was a stipulation. Um, so that match for the tag team match between The Rock, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins, I would say that was a 8.75 out of 10. I liked it a lot. Um, I was very much intrigued about how this was going to go and who's going to take the pinfall and who's going to win. So, great night one. So, the night two, um, Seth Rollins defended his World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre. A lot of great moments in that match. back and forth. Um, and then because of the fact Seth Rollins had already fought the night before, he did look more worn out. Drew McIntyre took advantage of that, and he finally hit the final Claymore on Seth Rollins and pinned him 1, 2, 3 to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. Drew McIntyre did get to celebrate with his wife in the front row, and then he did see CM Punk at commentary. He went over there. Yay, Padres won 7-3 over the Brewers. Yay. Um, anywho, so Drew McIntyre kind of had a little bit of a thing with CM Punk. They were talking back and forth with each other, and then Drew McIntyre taunted CM Punk, stood in front of him, did like the crotch chop, and then in a split second, CM Punk tripped Drew McIntyre on top of the announcer's table and then started to beat him up. And that was the perfect time for Damian Priest to come out and cash in with his Money in the Bank briefcase. He cashed in on Drew McIntyre, hit him in the head with the briefcase. And guess what? Damian Priest hit Drew McIntyre with the South of Heaven and pinned him 1, 2, 3, and then became the new World Heavyweight Champion. Drew McIntyre was only champion for like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, give or take. That kind of sucked, but at least he got his WrestleMania moment with the crowd. Um, but I'm pretty excited that Damian Priest was able to be a champion now, World Heavyweight Champion. It was destined to happen, and can't wait to see where this is gonna go. The match itself and the cash in, I would say the whole saga 8.8 8.7 out of 10. Um, then I believe we had a match between LA Knight and AJ Styles. That match was pretty good. A lot of back and forth action. Um, they both hit like their signature moves. But in the end, LA Knight was able to get the force blunt trauma on AJ Styles to pick up the pinfall victory 1, 2, 3. The match itself, I want to say it was like 8.25 out of 10. Um, there was a Philadelphia street fight between the Pride, consisting of Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, going up against the Final Testament, um, Karrion Kross, and the Authors of Pain. A lot of great spots in the matchup. There was some action between uh, BFAB and Scarlett. Um, but the ending pretty much had I think it was they put Karrion Kross through a table, and I think there was a big splash by Montez Ford, and Bobby Lashley, I believe he did the spear um, on Karrion Kross, so that he got the pinfall at 1, 2, 3, and the Pride of Bobby Lashley and Street Profits got their WrestleMania moment, took home the victory. I feel kind of bad for Karrion Kross because I expected a lot more coming from his group in the match itself, but he's placed in a good spot. But like He's now been losing quite a bit, and I think he's lost a lot of steam since his return to WWE. So hopefully he gets to repackage himself a little bit, revamp himself, and hopefully he'll get another push. But um, but yeah, the match itself though, I would say it was a 7.5 out of 10. Um, there was a United States Championship triple threat match between champion Logan Paul, um, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. It's funny because Randy Orton and Kevin Owens have been bonding lately, and one of them I would figure would be able to beat Logan Paul, but Logan Paul, with a little bit of help from Speed, who is the prime mascot this time, not KSI, um, he was able to escape with the victory. Um, Logan Paul, I think he got to use his brass knuckles at some point, and he got the splash on Kevin Owens. So Logan Paul gets to retain his United States Championship once again. Match itself, I would say, was probably 8.25 out of 10. Um, then we got um, the WWE Women's Championship. Io Sky is your champion. Um, she defended the title against Bailey, who won the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble match. Um, Earned the right to challenge Io Sky. They have some bad blood. Bailey created damage control, but Io Sky and the crew kicked her out of the group. But Bailey got her revenge. It was a good match. Bailey um, uh, did her signature move where she puts the Io Sky's arm behind her leg and then takes the back of her head and slams it into the mat. Um, Bailey is your new WWE Women's Champion. I'm glad she won too. It was perfect that she defeated Io Sky, got her revenge, got the title. Let's see where she's gonna go from here. The match itself, I want to say, was an 8.5 out of 10. I enjoyed it a lot, and this was Bailey's moment. Now, the last match of WrestleMania, not only night two, but all of WrestleMania 40. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns has been champion for 1,316 days. That is quite a long time. That puts him like number four all time in WWE history. Um, but this had a lot of back and forth action. Both hit their signature moves. A lot of the crossroads, the Cody Cutter, um, guillotine choke by Roman Reigns, Superman punch, a spear, and of course we got interference from Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso. We got interference from Solo, Koa, John Cena, and Undertaker and The Rock. Uh, that was that was amazing to see all that, and it's nice to see everybody get involved. But in the end, Cody Rhodes, he got three crossroads on Roman Reigns to finally put away Roman Reigns to become the new undisputed WWE Universal Champion. I'm glad Cody got his moment. He got to give the championship to his mom. He got to celebrate with Brandy, his wife. Um, the match itself, I would say, was probably an 8.75 out of 10. I enjoyed it a lot. So that's it for me, guys. That's me talking about WrestleMania 40. See you guys soon.